Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I just have the one replay in the CS-59, which is the tier 9 Polish medium tech tree tank. And yes, in this game it's going to be quite a special one. So as always, my equipment setup is optics, advanced gun lane drive and gun rammer. And on the perks I'm running the usual, so born leader, rapid reload, sixth sense, steady aim, situational awareness, camouflage expertise, muffled shot, silent driving and run and gun. So yeah, firstly I should probably say there are 3 bots in this lobby, so just to warn you. I do go to shoot, I think 2 of them once, twice, 3 times. We'll find out in a minute, but yeah, I'm not a fan of obviously putting videos up that have got bots in, but there are certain occasions where I think yeah, you can kind of accept that. It's worth putting in. Now I put a shot into this bot, he's YOLOing. Now I want to get rid of this guy because obviously it's a light tank just sort of YOLOing into the mist. Now bots aren't usually too much of a threat, but when one just goes YOLOing in, it's just best to get rid of him, so it's just going to spot up the whole team. Now I see this ISM, who is an actual player, so I decide I'm going to put a few shots into that guy and just weave him backwards and forwards. Now CS-59 for me is probably the CS-63 is brilliant and probably is the best tank in the line, but in my opinion, I actually prefer this tank. I think the 59 is an absolute gem. It's got fantastic DPM at tier 9. And it's just a decent all-round medium tank. I really enjoyed it when I was playing it in the grind. And like I say, it got to CS-63 and I just felt like this one was actually a lot better, personally, in my opinion. The CS-63 is a fantastic tank, by the way. There's no getting away from that. It's one of the mediums that is up there for tier 10. But for me, the 59 just, I don't know, it just feels better, feels a lot more accurate. Let's say the DPM is fantastic, and yeah, I just overall prefer it. So yeah, I go on to have a pretty decent game in this video without giving too much away. And yeah, we've, like I say, had a few bots in the games. Yes, we put a few shots in, killed one, okay. But now the bot's completely out of the way, and we're focusing on genuine players now. So this is all I'm going to be doing, is just, like I say, just looking at opportunities where I can get shots in. I'm paying attention to the town because I noticed we've got our light tank in the town for some reason, fighting against 2 TDs. So that's probably not going to end well, and I don't think it did. Yeah, he got took out. But I need to be careful of that. Now I overpeak here stupidly and I take a shot off the Chimera there, which is not good. But yeah, that's my first mistake. We'll see plenty in this game, trust me. So I'm looking to get a shot into the Tortoise, but I'm not going to get a shot at the Tortoise while he's angled like that, because say his armor's sort of pretty, I mean, it's angled for a start, but you know, yeah, the rounds are just going to bounce, and like I say, that's what happens. Now I'm going to focus my attention on this Wraith because we want to get rid of this guy to try and clear this out. Now the party wagon takes him out. Unfortunately, yeah, we just sort of collide with the party wagon, just kind of getting each other's way there. Now it looks like the game is going to be pretty standard and over in sort of a matter of minutes. So at this point I'm just trying to sort of do as much damage as possible. We get a shot into the Chimera there. Now the Chimera is moving, so I decide to get another shot into him. But he just gets out of our range for us to be able to put a shot in. He gets into cover, so we can't quite finish him off. So my thoughts now initially are, let's pay attention to these 2 TDs that are in the town. Now, reason I want to clear this side because I don't want to start advancing and trying to get shots into the rear of those tanks that are in the middle, which I can do from this side, without taking these two tank destroyers out, because these two tank destroyers are just going to get up behind us and basically we're going to be put into a crossfire. So I want to get rid of these tank destroyers as soon as possible so that we cleared the side and we're not in any sort of danger of a crossfire. Now we get a shot into the Panzerjäger there. I probably should have ducked down a bit further. I don't think I would have dodged the bullet anyway, or shell should I say, not bullet. But we trade. It's a good trade. We put 2 shots into him to take him out, and we took 1 in return. Now we're up to 5.2k damage and 4 kills, which already is a half decent game in this tank. And there's 4 tanks remaining. It's 4 all. So again, the game is pretty even, pretty balanced out here. Now, unfortunately, our party wagon gets taken out by the object 432. I'm going to look to get a shot in. Now, unfortunately, we just hit the track at that 430-2. And he just, unfortunately, gets undetected. But I'm just keeping an eye on that way just in case he gets viewed. But then I see it's a Mil 2 who's side on. So I'm just going to let the gun aim in and finish that guy off. And now we're down to 3 versus 3, so we're even again. This object 430 is chasing or trying to get rid of our friendly AMX 30 prototype. So we're going to help him out. We're just going to hold the distance here. And between us, we managed to take that guy out. Now there's only 2 tank destroyers remaining, which is the Tortoise and the Italian Tier 9 tank destroyer. Both don't really have that great mobility. Unfortunately, our 50 TP is getting caught in a crossfire there between the the Italian tank destroyer and the Tortoise over here. So I'm going to move in. I want to sort of try and potentially get some shots into the Tortoise. Our AMX is going over there. Both of us got some hit points to trade, so we're fairly okay in terms of being able to take some shots. However, the Tortoise does have fantastic DPM, which I know all about because I'm actually grinding it at the moment. So yeah, it is a very slow tank, but it does have good DPM, so we don't really want to get in front of that. Now we notice that there's the tank destroyer in our base, which is the Italian Tier 9 tank destroyer. So I figured I'm going to go up and try and defend the base, and I'm pretty sure that's where our AMX 30, our friendly AMX 30 is going to do as well. So between us, hopefully we can get some base resets. Do you see the Tortoise also heading this way on our way up to defend the base? Now, on reflection, if I'd had a bit of a clearer shot at his side, I probably would have stopped and got a shot in. I wouldn't have carried on with the engagement because I think, with 1.5 minutes left, we kind of need to get up to the base and defend it and reset the cap. So I may have got a shot in, I may have not, I don't know. On reflection, I possibly would have done. If the tank destroyer wasn't in the cap, then I would have farmed the Tortoise all day long and probably would have succeeded, to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is. We decide to just carry on our venture with resetting the cap. Now our AMX has gone the right hand side, we've gone the left. This is the right way to do it, really, because we're going to put him into a crossfire. So I'm just hoping our AMX 30 just holds on in time for me to get round. I can then spot up the Tier 9, but our AMX 30 lights him up first. So I'm going to go around. I'm assuming he's going to be looking the way of the AMX 30, which he is, which gives me the opportunity to get a shot in. Now I go for the track wheel to track him in place. He fixes his track wheel, so I'm going to go for the track wheel again, which we do. We also managed to damage his engine, so I'm pretty sure now he's burnt his repair kit. He won't be able to fix it. Now, unfortunately, he does manage to take our AP AMX 30, which is not great. But we do manage to get shots into the track wheel. We're just about getting, now that shot, that really annoyed me because I was like, well, we've just been penning the side pretty much all the time, and then all of a sudden it bounces. So yeah, that's not great. And then he gets a shot into our turret. I was kind of thinking that we might be able to bounce a shot off there. Yeah, I always think the CS-59 does actually have turret armor, when in actual fact it doesn't. But we do manage to take out that Tier 9 Italian TD. So that just leaves us the Tortoise. Now I'm pretty confident here we should be able to, we should be able to take out this tortoise. And you see we're 8.2k damage with 6 kills, which is nice. You know, that's an actual, personally I think that's a phenomenal game at tier 9 in any tank, let alone a CS-59. Now, like I say, we want to try and find the tortoise. We want to try and guarantee the victory. We've had a fantastic game, so even if it ended here, I'd be pleased with the result. But obviously, we want to get the win, get that win in the bag. So I'm looking for the tortoise, and then we spot the tortoise on the way to our cap. So I'm going to move up to the rock because just in case I've got a bit of cover in case I could get spotted. But we're out of render range, so we don't actually get spotted. Maybe I'm just being a bit overcautious there because there's been times where I've shot and I've thought, yeah, I'm safe here, but actually get lit. I didn't want the tortoise to suddenly turn around, face me, and then start getting shots in. And I was kind of expecting him to do that. But lo and behold, the tortoise doesn't get lit up, and I'm sort of moving around, being very, very cautious because I don't know if the tortoise is facing this way. I'm trying to spot him up again, but I'm not actually spotting him, and at this point I'm thinking, well, this is, it's kind of bugging me a little bit that I'm not actually lighting the tortoise up. So I can't really figure this one out. So it's obviously I'm still being cautious, and at this point maybe I should have just directly gone ahead a bit further rather than sort of skirting around the fringes. And at this point I'm just thinking, well, he's obviously not here, so where the hell is he? Yeah, it just seems very bizarre that he's just disappeared off the face of the earth, being a tortoise. Yes, if you put your sort of camo perks and stuff on, then tortoise is going to be a little bit more stealthier than the CS-59. But then the cap goes off, so the tortoise is just carried on and is capped. Frustrating really, because if I kind of figured that was going to be the plan, again, hindsight's a wonderful thing, I would have just stayed where I was and just moved directly forward and just basically just kept shooting the rear of him and possibly tried tracking him in place. But that hasn't happened. He's sat in the cap. Now I need to get the reset. Now I was trying to do the cute thing of sort of sneaking up and potentially sort of getting the side of him, but I get out spotted. That's my first mistake. Maybe I should have just sort of gone up on that ridge where I was when I was sort of fighting the Vipera. Not the Vipera. Why do I keep saying the Vipera? The tier 9, the CC, the tier 9 Italian tank destroyer. So now I'm going to do that initial approach. I'm going to come up where I was previously fighting the other tank destroyer, and I'm going to try and get a shot into the side or the cupola here. I do need to get the reset because obviously we're down to a minute now, and I don't think I'll be able to make my way around to the other side and have enough time to get the reset. So I'm coming up here and I take a little bit of time to aim here. That's my first mistake. We get a shot in the cupola, but it just does critical damage. So yeah, now this is my second mistake. My second mistake is to think that, okay, I'll still be able to bounce the shot. Stupid. And unfortunately, the game ends in heartbreak there. And if you didn't notice, he actually had enough hit points left to get 10,000 damage. So I missed out on a 10k game and missed out on the Devastators. So yeah, only just realised that after the game had finished when I looked back and saw it's on 1,500 hit points. Could have got a 10k there. Would have been a fraudulent one because we'd shot a couple of bots anyway, so it may not have, it wouldn't really have counted properly. So I guess that's kind of softening the blow a little bit. But yeah, that is how you lose a 10k game, guys. And I recommend when you play the CS-59, try not to rely on that turret armor too much like I did, because it fails you, not just once, but 3 times. So yeah, real frustrating game, but a good game nonetheless. And yeah, just gutted I didn't get the win on that and the 10k. So, but anyway, guys, that is it for that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. It always does help the channel. And I'll catch you next time.